Welcome back. So let's quickly try to solve this problem. Make sure you comment this, because if you don't comment it, that means it is already read these two lines. Whatever code you write now, it will start from third line. So let's not do that. For explanation purpose, I am showing you different methods, but in real time you will not keep on writing all these, right? Okay. So now our goal is to print all the content line by line using readLine method. You can do this simply with read method, but if you want to do it line by line, then you should use this. So file dot read line, this will actually read the first line. Whatever line it read, let's throw it in one object, say line. Okay. Now I will write one simple while loop. Basically, when you write this method, I'll use this file dot close at the end. Yeah. So when you actually use this method, it will extract ABC, right? That ABC content now will get stored in line. Now let's have a condition that while line whatever you got text is not equals to blank. Okay. So if it is blank, that means you have reached end of the file, isn't it? Now when you say line by line, after 5 lines it will come to 6th line. Here there is no content, so this is a blank, right? Blank text. So if it is blank, then we are saying that exit the loop. Only if it is not blank, see clearly that I have written not equals to. So when line not equals to blank, that means there are lines inside. So if that is the case, then only go inside and print the line. Okay, put colon. Right. So now what this code will do? So when you give the step, firstly ABC will get stored here, and we are checking if ABC not equals to blank. Of course, it's not equals to blank. Then it will go inside and print ABC. Now, like this we have to print all this, right? And now in the while loop only, now say again repeat this step, line equals to file dot read line. Awesome. So ABC is printed, and again when you try to do file dot read line, now control will go to next line and BVDSF will get stored in the line. Now again while loop continues. This loop continues until this condition returns false. Okay. So when BSDF is stored here, it will again check the condition. If BSDF not equals to empty, yes, true. While of true, again it will go inside. As I said, this will keep on going inside until it return false. It will go inside, and in the line now BSDF is stored. It print it in the output. Okay, thereafter again it will do file.readline. That means now control will move to next readline move, and cat will be extracted and stored in this line variable. Now again while loop started. If cat not equals to blank, yes, go inside again, print cat, and then again do readline. This time you will get dog. Similarly repeat the same, and finally when you are at dog line, it prints dog, and then when you say file.readline, it will pick elephant, and when elephant not equals to empty space, it goes inside and print elephant. Thereafter when you do file.readline, after elephant there is nothing, so blank will get stored here. And again while loop started. Is blank empty not equals to empty? Condition false, right? Now empty equals to empty, but when we are saying not equals, that means this condition written false, and then your while loop will get exit, and this will no more go inside and will come out of that block. In this way, step by step, ultimately we are printing each and every line with simple code. In earlier lectures, if you want to print 2 lines, you have used 2 readline methods. Okay. No matter how many lines you have, this code now will print everything line by line in your output. Okay, so let's see that. You see that all the lines are being printed with this while logic. Okay. So there is one more way to print the content. So let me explain you that as well. I'll comment out this, because if you don't comment, your control will be in the last line after this block is executed. So there is one more important method you have in Python, which is read lines. This is important. So when you give this read lines method, it works just as the read method only. It will read entire content. But difference is each and every line will get stored in a list. Okay. So basically when you say read lines, one list will be created, and in that list in 0th index first line will be stored. In the first index this will get stored, and second index, third and fourth. Now let me take you to the examples where we discussed list. Yeah. So list is a data type that allows values, right? So this is how now all your lines. Basically, if you go back to your test, and when you call readLines method, so this is how it will get stored. ABC, B, elephant. Everything, make sure you write it in double quotes. I'm just showing you what is the difference between read and read lines. So what is the advantage if it reads something like this in list? There are a lot of advantages. If you have it in list, it's easy for you to iterate, extract the values from the list, right? So how do you iterate and print all the values in the list? You have seen this already. You see that if you have everything in the list, you have some for loop concept. Where is that loops? Yeah. So everything is stored in the list, and to iterate and print the values in the list, you have for I in a list, so that this I value will iterate, and every time it will pull one value from the list and print it in the output. Similarly, if everything gets stored in list, then you can simply say for line in, just like I variable, you can pick anything. For line in file.readlines, so that means this line variable picks each and every index of this list every time. Okay. So for first iteration, this line ABC value will be extracted and will go inside this line variable. So simply print this line. That's it. And you will now print each and every line in your output, just like how you have done with while loop. This is so simple, right? So that's the beauty of readLines method, because that takes it into list. If it is list, it is easy for us to iterate simply by using for loop and print the values of the list. So if you are not aware of how to iterate loops, please make sure you go through this concept, because in this lecture we clearly discussed how to iterate the list, what is while loop, and how to work with that. Alright, so let me run this test. You see that same output is being printed, but this time I am now able to achieve this using readLines method and for loop. Earlier I have done same with readLine method using while loop. So that's the difference. Make sure you remember all this. In general, when you go for interviews, something related to Python, people try to drill you on how to read a file, how to take that into list. These are all the concepts you will be tested, and make sure you remember this and answer promptly. Okay. So in the next lecture, let us see how to write onto file. Till now we have seen different methods of reading a file, and I'll now show how to write information back to text file in the next lecture. Thank you.